Hi everyone, so my name is Maragul, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about how you can get started being a DevOps engineer, how you can get into the DevOps engineering field, how you can get started and become a DevOps engineer. So to be honest, this DevOps field is very broad. There's not one specific thing in the DevOps field that you just need to learn. It's so broad, there's so many different tools, there's so many different aspects to it, and to be honest, no one's perfect, no one knows everything. So you can start by learning step by step. When you step foot in this field, you'll get to explore so many different tools, and you can just prioritize a few and then actually just put your effort in them. However, there's a pathway, there's a whole roadmap in which you can get into the DevOps industry, the cloud industry. There are specific job titles. For example, you can be a DevOps engineer, you can be a SysOps administrator, you can even be a cloud infrastructure engineer, you can be a cloud architect, you can be a system architect. There's so many different titles and so many different positions in this field. So I am a DevOps engineer, so I'm going to be talking in that aspect, but there are so many different options you can explore. So to be honest, once you step foot into this DevOps field, there are like two backgrounds I think you can come from, or actually maybe three, actually two. Yeah, so the first one is that you can be a newbie, like you're just started your career, you just started your field and you're new and you're just like you just jump dive into the DevOps field. Or the second pathway is that you are maybe like a software engineer or someone with another position, another field, and now you want to come into the DevOps field and like make a switch from that position, like from that field to the cloud industry. So yeah, there can be two pathways. Maybe for the people that are coming from the software engineering or the other industries of information technology, of like computer science and stuff, maybe it can be a little easier transition for them coming into DevOps because it's kind of similar. I won't say that it's same because DevOps is quite different, but they may probably have like few coding experience, they may have like some scripting experience, some awareness of the field, so it wouldn't be all new to them. But if you're a newbie and you're just a beginner level person, then it can be a little I would say tough for you because you would be jumping into this field without any experience. But that's what we are here for. We always are open to learning, and that's why you actually thought of coming into this DevOps field, right? So you have to put in your effort, you have to learn a few things, you have to learn new technology, you have to learn new softwares, you need to gain more skills, you need to actually get yourself to that level where you can get a job. So to be honest, again, there's no one single like technique which you can come into this DevOps field. The first thing I would suggest is the first step if you're entering into this DevOps field is actually get knowledge about this field, learn about this field. What is DevOps? What is the cloud industry? What will you be learning? Like there are different roadmaps. Even I have a DevOps roadmap video on this channel, so you guys can even check that out. So there are different roadmaps, but I would say the first thing is to learn about the field, learn about DevOps. Watch YouTube videos, take online courses. Even we have like so many online courses on DevOps, and then there's so many, as I mentioned, there's so many things in the DevOps field. There's so many different cloud platforms. We have Amazon Web Services, which is AWS, we have Microsoft's Azure, we have Google's GCP. So there's so many different options you can learn. To be honest, I like AWS the most, Amazon Web Services. Even I am more proficient in AWS. I have touched base Azure too, but I would say that I'm not that proficient in Azure. But to be honest, each tool has its own pros and cons, and people sometimes prefer AWS, sometimes they prefer Azure, sometimes they prefer GCP, and there's also another one called Heroku. Sometimes people even prefer Heroku. So it depends, and that's why I'm saying you need to get the knowledge, the information of what's in this field, what is in the DevOps industry, like which tool do I want to learn about. And that's what you do through watching YouTube videos, reading up documentations, reading up articles, actually taking online courses. And then once you're done with this step in which you have gained awareness about the industry, like what is DevOps, now that you're comfortable with it, the next step is actually to gain skills in that field. So again, if you are or a software engineer, or someone with the coding experience, or someone with in the experience in this computer science IT industry, maybe it can be a little easier for you, because you would know some of the basics, and you would be able to grasp up new concepts easily and new skills easily. However, if you're a beginner, it can be a little tough for you to understand what is happening, and it will take time. Nothing can be achieved within quickly. You need to spend time in learning new things, in learning new skills, and you have to put in your hard work and effort. Like, you have to allocate time, maybe just like when I got into the field, I allocated maybe like 1 or 2 hours every day, in which I used to take online courses, I used to practice my hands-on skills, and I even used to implement them. So it is really important for you to actually start gaining skills at that moment. And to be honest, for one person it can take maybe months, for one person it can take a year, for one person it can take even much less, or more. So it depends on how much time you put in and how much effort you put in. So again, that's an important step, because once you have to gain the skill, you have to gain the skill to actually get a job, right? So you can actually work on it. What if you just learn the theory, and you're like, okay, I know what DevOps is, I know the theory and stuff, but if you get the job, they will ask you to actually do the work. They will ask you to actually set up a project, work on tools and stuff like that. So it's important to actually have the hands-on skilled the hands-on skills. Like, you need to know how to work on a specific tool and how to actually use it. So again, as I said in the start, there's so many tools you can take up in this DevOps field. There are different tools for monitoring, for example, Sumo Logic, Datadog, New Relic. For the cloud platform, you have AWS, Azure, GCP, Heroku. For then there's security aspect, what type of security tools you want to use. Then there's the automation aspect, like, do you want to use Jenkins, do you want to use Azure pipelines, do you want to use AWS code pipelines. Then we have the tools for infrastructure as a code. Do you want to use CloudFormation of AWS, or do you want to use Terraform? So again, there's so many different tools, and again, as I said in the start, it's very hard to get knowledge of all of them, get experience in all of them. So what you do is you pick out a few that you are interested in, and then you get your experience in them. For example, for me, if I take an example of myself, I would say I'm very proficient in AWS. I am proficient in using Jenkins as a CI tool, and as an infrastructure as a code tool, I'm very proficient in Terraform. I even have AWS certifications, Terraform certification, which actually proves that in somewhat it actually proves that I am skilled enough to get that certification. So again, there's so many tools, you have to choose between them. You have to get hands-on on all of them and see which one you can get better on, which one you can choose to actually be more experienced in. And again, once you get in this field, there will be so many different tools coming onto you, and you will be learning about so many new things. So again, you don't have to panic and be like, oh, I don't know this tool, what should I do? It's fine, it will take time. For example, when I started my DevOps journey, I was only proficient in AWS, and then by time I got more experience in Jenkins, once I started using it in my job. And then Terraform was also very new to me, so I learned and gained skills in Terraform by time. So again, it will take time, it won't be a quick process. Being in the DevOps industry is like a whole journey. You learn new things all the time, you have to gain skills all the time. So again, once you have the knowledge, then you have the hands-on skills. Now is the point that you can actually search for a job. You can apply to different positions on LinkedIn, on Dice. There's so many job sites, and search for positions and apply to them. And when you get the interviews, then you have to prove to them that you have the skills, you have the knowledge, you have if you have any certifications, tell them that you have the certifications, and that way you can prove yourself that you're capable enough for that job. And if you have worked on any projects yourself, any mini projects, you can tell them that I have done this, I've done these many projects, I've done this many practice stuff or whatever you worked on, just tell them, put that on your resume, put your skills on your resume, so that they know if we hire you, what will you bring to us, like, what will you bring to the company. So again, it's also really important to prove yourself in the interviews to get a job. And once you get a job, now you're in that field, and once you get a job, you will learn a lot in that too, because every company is using different tools, every company is using different services. One company may be using AWS, one company may be using Azure, right? So there are so many different companies. That's why you need to understand the job description, apply for those jobs which you will be comfortable in working in. And that's what you discuss in an interview too. Like, ask the interviewer, what tools do you guys use? If they say, we use AWS, we use Jenkins, and if you have that experience, you'll be like, oh, nice, because you have that experience. But what if they say, we have all our infrastructure in Azure and you have your experience in AWS? I mean, if you have no experience in Azure, maybe you can learn it and then get onto the job and just work on Azure. But if you are really a new person and a beginner at a beginner level position, then maybe you can get in a job in a company who uses AWS first, and then you can maybe learn Azure and then make a transition to another company which uses Azure. Okay, so again, it's a journey, it's a process of learning and hard work and putting in the effort and time. It's not that easy, but anyone who puts in the effort, as I said, can do it. I was able to do it, and if you can do the same thing, you will be able to do it too. So again, I hope you guys like this video. I hope I tried to give you information about how to get started on being a DevOps engineer, get into the industry, learn about it, gain the skills, and then actually apply for job, and you will get a job if you have the experience and the skills. So yeah, hope you guys like this video. This will be the end. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Again, comment down below if you have any questions, and we will answer that to you for you. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and even check out our website ClayDesk.com, in which we have a lot of online courses you guys can take and learn about DevOps. We have courses on AWS, Azure, and many other tools like Terraform, Jenkins, and even some coding like Python and many more. So don't forget to check that out. And this will be the end of this video. I hope you guys liked it.